Good morning. Hi. Who what? Are you gossiping about me? Laura, are you gossiping about me? I heard that. Somebody told me a story.
We only gossip about the best people.
Of course, of course. So today is a special day. I admire you for being here today because we're going to talk about shame. Shame. A subject that is really hard, I think. But I'm hoping by the end you'll feel better. You'll have some methods to support you and make you move right through it. So, and we have special guests today. Let's see, Collette Thomas, Joy Almos, there we go, and Bryan Hopper. Yay! Let's welcome. Yay! And I didn't realize it when I was putting the newsletter together. I put in Collette in there, and all of a sudden your picture showed up, and I went, "Really? That I don't remember." Oh yeah, she was here years and years and years ago.
You had it in your computer.
I had you in my computer. It was a great picture too.
Oh.
Really good. So, but then I found one with the two of you, so I thought, well, we'll use that instead.
Yeah.
So anyway, I want to welcome those that are online. Good to see you. You see your pictures? Anyway, they're busy over there. It's relate. There we are. Hi, everybody. Hey, Dee, Mary. Okay. All right, so we're going to start with our opening song. So I want you to stand up. And you're leading the song? Yes?
Unfortunately for them, I am leading the song.
Oh, that's really awful. And
Oh,
I'm
well, it's going to be
Suzette.
fun. All right. We got the magic words up there, and you guys all are magic, and as soon as you sing, you're in the choir. Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. You sound beautiful. Now we'll take a deep breath and we're gonna hit it again. Ready? I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Superstars, here we go. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Hey, my soul is welcome here. My soul, sing it out now. Here we go. Ah, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Hey, hey, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Great job.
Let's have a seat. And there's somebody at the door, too. So we're going to let Jody, who is your practitioner today, so if something comes up and you need prayer, Jody's going to be here for you after the service. So come on up, Jody. She'll take you into meditation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Desire is something which impels us to reach out. This is the divine urge, which is operating as law and produces energy. And energy must find an outlet. This is why suppressed desire often produces discord and discomfort. Desire for anything is the thing itself in incumbency. It means that legitimate desire is the voice of spirit in you, trying to indicate that the thing you desire is already on its way to you. As we enter meditation, I invite you to contemplate. I trust the sacred desire. I trust the sacred divine urge that I feel is the voice of spirit seeking expression. The sacred urge within me is the voice of spirit seeking expression. As you bring your attention gently back to the sound of my voice, know that there is only God. There is nothing outside of it. This eternal, infinite, all good, ever expanding, all knowing, all powerful, and everywhere present. And we each have the freedom to express this in infinite forms and in the consciousness of oneness with all that is. I claim for each of us that we have within us the awareness of that power, that eternality, that all-knowingness within every cell of our being. And I give great thanks that we're here today to understand this better and to hear the inspiration coming through Reverend Suzette and be inspired by this wonderful music and fellowship and support as we understand that there's nothing that we can do to separate us from this oneness, this perfection that is the truth of our being. I speak these words into the law of mind, knowing it is so. Let it go, and I say, thank you, God, and so it is. And now, we have Collette Thomas, Joy Almus, and Bryan Hopper. Hopper.
He's been called worse.
Yeah, this will call me late for dinner.
Yeah. Hello, good morning, everyone. We're going to bring you some tunes about love. And in particular, the first one I'm going to open up with was written by New Thought artist Craig Benet, and Laura Brennan made it popular. And I think for myself, I really discovered loving myself once I realized that I'm a child of God and that I'm whole because I'm a child of God. And I always struggle with that word perfect, but I'm perfect if I look at myself as a spiritual being having a human experience. Then I'm like, okay, I can accept that. So I'm still working on that a bit. But this song kind of speaks to that. So open your heart and let the words speak to you as they did me. I always put up my fences and held my defenses in front of me, not knowing my heart was imprisoned till you gave me wisdom to find the key. I'm ready to begin. I'm open and love's coming in when you move through me, when you move through me. You give me the confidence to take back my innocence through me. I always lived in delusion, trapped in illusions of doubt and fear. not knowing that change would come my way, till I drove a highway free and clear of all my regrets. I'm open to what's coming next when you move through me, when you move through me. You give me the confidence to take back my innocence through and I am tired of all my excuses, and I close my eyes, and the one thing I know is true. There's nothing that I can't do. When you move through me, when you move through me, you give me the confidence to take back my innocence. When you move through to take back my innocence through me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Brian.
Well, you almost made me cry.
Oh, that means my mom was here.
That was good. That was really good. Let's give her another round. That was really good. You're welcome. All right. I'm going to say again, I'm just honored that you're here today, because we're going to talk about something that we don't talk about. It's called shame. It's called shame. I'm going to give you some questions to think about, and then I'm going to go back at the end and I'm going to ask the questions again. So I just want you to be prepared for what you're going to hear. And you won't have to leave, okay? So it will be okay. All right, so here are the questions. My talk today is the shame game, a roadblock to spiritual advancement. It's a roadblock when we have experienced shame. It stops us in our tracks. And it doesn't feel very good, right? Who's experienced shame here? Everybody has. We all have at some point. And it's not a nice thing. So here are the questions. I want you to reflect on your experience with shame, because I'm going to give you my own stories. I always do that because I'm human too. But I want you to think about yourself when I'm talking. Where has shame held you back? Where has it stopped you? How has it affected your spiritual journey? Did it take you to God, or did it just take you somewhere else? And what steps can you take to release it and move forward? So we're going to go all the way around the circle. All right? So I'm going to first give you a little definition of it, and you'll hear some quotes that you've probably heard before. But I think we got to look at the big picture. We can't look at just shame. And I also want to say, if you are touched by this and you have tears come up, let them come. Do not stop. Do not hold back. There's no judgment here. It's all about love. We're about love here today, okay? All right, so shame is a powerful emotion that many of us carry, but we carry it in silence. We don't talk about it. It's unlike guilt, which is tied to a specific action or behavior. Shame is a feeling that we're inherently flawed. There's something wrong with us. We're unworthy and we're inadequate. It's an emotion that whispers, I like this, it whispers to us that we're not enough, that we don't belong, and that we're somehow less than anybody else. Brene Brown says this. Oh, thank you. Brene Brown says this. Shame corrodes the very part of us that believes we are capable of change. When we allow shame to take hold, it undermines our belief, our ability to grow. It puts us in a trap of self-doubt, stagnation, and preventing us from stepping into our true potential. It stops us. It stops us in our track. So I want to talk about how shame relates to our life and our future of our life. Here's the thing about shame. You weren't born with it. You were not born with it. It's something you learned. It's something you experienced. It's something that took you down a road that you didn't want to go and you didn't even know it was there. And you don't even sometimes know why. When I think of this, I think of when I used to play badminton. And I was pretty good at it. But when I went to San Diego State, there's this girl, they didn't like me. I never understood why. It's because I didn't fit in. And so she made fun of my last name. I hated that. It made me feel shamed. And I'm proud of my name. I'm it. You're it. You know what I mean? So it was like, wow. Why? It didn't make sense. You know, shame comes from different ways. It comes from our families. Anybody have family? I got a few of those. Co-workers. Jealousy. That was mine. Mine was jealousy. He was jealous of me. And I also put race consciousness because I think it's out there, but I think it's unconscious out there. So it's there, and we have to know that. It's out there because we're told that we don't live up to everybody's expectations. We're just okay. And the other one, which I think is really critical, is it comes from us. It comes from within. We internalize a message and believe that we're unworthy. If you've been through a divorce, a breakup, a hurt, I know I have, and I went right into there. I'm not good enough. Why did they cheat on me? Why did they do this? I couldn't move past it for a long, long time. Carl Jung says this. I love this one. Carl Jung describes shame as soul-eating emotions. It takes it from us. It hurts. And our soul is lost for a while. Not forever, but for a while. So it's really important, and today is about learning about it, learning how to deal with it, and learning how to move past it. So it's important from this day forward that you recognize when it happens. You get it? You need to recognize when it happens. And you have to address it before it takes any root in your body. Your body is your messenger. It will tell you. It will say, that one didn't feel too good. I don't want that one. So let's talk about the spiritual consequences of shame. When we carry shame, it becomes a barrier between us and the divine. And I write this little extra. It says, it's like we question ourselves and our relationship with something greater. We question, why isn't God here during this time? But God's never gone. It's what happens inside of us that stops us. We feel unworthy of love, grace, and forgiveness. We feel unworthy. And some might say, and I love this, why should we feel good about ourselves? So we talk ourselves out of our good. Have you done that before? Yep, for sure. We hide ourselves back, fearing judgment or rejection, and we hold back. We stop who we are. And this actually stops us from moving into our full potential and for realizing that we're made in the image of God. Just what you said up here. We're made in the image of Spirit. We're perfect, whole, and complete just the way we are. But because of something out there made us feel like we're not, we take it in. Today, I want you to stop it. It no longer has any power over any of you. I get chills when I say that. Marianne Williamson says this, and we've all heard this quote 100 times, but she says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It's our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. One thing I love about our center is that I get to know you and I get to see your lights. And you're out there sparkling all over. But when we have things happen to us, that dims us down. It dims us down. But to move through that, we have to, it's called spiritually advancement, requires us that we embrace our light, even when it's ugly. And I also want to say, it's okay when it's ugly that you have a different light. Sometimes we hold that different light back, like there's something wrong with this. And the truth is there's nothing wrong. I can remember many times talking to Reverend Sharon Hudson about whatever I was complaining about. I know. I think about it now. And I would say these things that I thought, I could never say. And I would we would talk for a long time. And then at the end I would say, I'm so sorry I told you all that. You know what she said to me? It's something that needed to be said. It's okay. So she didn't judge me about it, even though I had pretty deep opinions about things. So I just want you to know whatever needs to be said is okay. Maybe it just needs to be said. All right? So I have a story. You love my stories, right? All right. I might have given part of the story at another talk, but I'm going to repeat it a little bit. When I was growing up, my sister and I moved around a lot. We were either at my dad's house with stepmom, or we were with our mom, or we were with grandma, and then we were back, and we just went back and forth. That's all I remember, is going back and forth through all of our homes. Sometimes we were together, sometimes we were separated, for whatever reason. And yet, in my mind, as I grew up, I thought that we both experienced the same thing. You know? We did. I thought, we did, you know. So, and I wrote here, abuse, abandonment, same parents, same school, grandmother. We had all the same experiences. But as we got older, I noticed that my sister, anytime I ever talked to her, she was mad at me. She would make me feel bad. She would say things that made me feel bad. I felt bad. And there were things that were mean. And I didn't understand. I'm like, why? Why? And so I let it go on for a long time, many years. And then in our whatever years those were, I finally said to her, why are you so angry with me? I don't understand. And then she began to explain. See, I had my own vision of my life, and I thought she had the same perfect vision that I had. Because lots of things happened to me that I never expected to happen. They were good. Anyway, she said, you are always the smart one. You are always the smart one. And so when I went through junior high and high school, everybody expected me to be that. She wasn't that. So she felt shamed. I never knew that. It was underneath the surface. I was the athlete. I was the kid that traveled to LA once a month to go to a tournament. I won awards. I was really good at what I did. She didn't do anything. More shame. I didn't even think about this, right? I seemed to always have money. And she used to borrow it from me. And then she didn't pay it back. more shame. And then when she needed money and didn't tell me why, and I would have, now that I know what I know, I would have given it to her and not wanted it back. But something happened to her that even brought on more shame. So part of me is really sad that that even happened to her. Because I would never, ever want my sister to feel like she's not worthy. So the idea here is that everybody put me on a pedestal because I was the kid. You know what I'm talking about? Probably had brothers and sisters, or yourself was like that. And that she didn't shine. So when I finally heard those words from her, I said to myself, inside myself, I said, wow, I need to change this. I need to tell her who she is. And so I did. I said, I want you to know you are a great mom. She had 2 beautiful young girls. You're a great mom. You have a home. You're stable. You have a good life. And there was a lot more that was said, but the point was, is I shifted from thinking that everything was okay to, no, you don't think you're okay. I want you to know you're okay. And if you need something, I'm here. I'm here. So I tell you that story because I think that happens a lot. It happens a lot to ourselves. Somebody else does something to us that makes us go there. Or we don't realize what we do to somebody else. So we just need to now become very conscious of this and be aware. So how do we break free from the shame game? We break free from the shame game by being aware. That's number 1. We have to be aware of our life. What's going on, who's doing what, and what's the reflection of that. And then I wrote, we must first recognize when we feel shame. You have to recognize it, and it's your body. Your body talks to you. And then understand the source. To me, that's the capturing part. We have to understand, why would somebody do that? Because there's some reason behind that. Jealousy, they think you're better than it, they want to control you. There's all kinds of reasons. But we need to know that, because the truth is, it's their stuff, right? It's their stuff. It's not ours. There's something that makes them be like that. Then we have to practice self-compassion. Okay, who's hard on themselves? We all are. We are all hard on ourselves. So we have to have self-compassion, because nobody else is going to give that to you. And we have to constantly remind ourselves that we're worthy and that we're lovable. Say to me, I'm lovable.
I'm lovable.
I didn't hear you.
I'm lovable.
One more time. I'm lovable. You are lovable. You are perfect just the way you are. Don't forget it. I say this because I've been shamed in my life. I've been shamed to a place where I didn't think I'd recover. I was shamed when I created Om. I didn't think of it then as that. And it took me 10 years to forgive that person. And I worked hard at it, because I knew that if I did not do the work, then I could not create a church or a center where people knew they were loved. And it just took me a long time. Just took me a long time. We have to be mindful and stay in the present moment. I know during my healing period, I would go backwards. I'd go back and I remember, and then I get mad, and then I feel bad, and the circle goes. But you have to stay present, and we have to stop the negative talk. You know what negative talk is, right? Anybody have negative talk?
Yeah.
I know when I have negative talk, I have to go get help. I just have to, because I can't get myself out of it. It's just this loop. And we have to lean on community. I think community is really important. And, we offer internet streaming. This is seen later on. But being here together helps us to realize we're around people who love us, who don't judge us, who want us to grow, who want us to have a great life. Period. End of story. That's why you're here today. Because you know we like you. We care about you. We want you to have some free eggs. We let you bring your dogs. 2 dogs today. And they're being so good. So I put something together. Everybody has one of these, and we're going to go over this. It's a little bit like a class today, but it's really important. For those of you that are online, if you would like this, I'll email it to you. Just let me know. Some of this is a repeat of what I've already said, but I think you have to see it, really see it. This is for you to take home. If you find somebody does something to you that you feel like you're shamed, you can look at this. And if you're experiencing that right now, I want you to put it somewhere that it's safe, that you can look at it when you're feeling bad. Okay? All right, first one is practice self-compassion. Did I make this? I was thinking, no, I didn't. It's too big. Okay, self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding that you would offer a close friend. Consider yourself as a close friend. That little girl, little boy inside of you needs you. And then when shame arises, acknowledge it without judgment. Remind yourself that every experience feelings of inadequate, that word at times. Self-compassion can help you move beyond shame and embrace your true worth. You got to talk to yourself. And, I put in there, do something that would make you feel better. Mine is Rocky Road, okay? All right, do something for yourself. We forget that. We forget. And part of when things happen to us like this, we forget that we have to take care of ourselves. Second one, engage in mindfulness. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I just want you to know you have to have a mindful practice. You come to religious science to learn something, and that is just to be mindful. Because I think that when we really get this stuff, we actually see it coming. We see that bad stuff coming, and we go, you know what, I don't want to be a part of that. And we walk away. That's when you know you got it. Because it doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve you today, it won't serve you tomorrow. And again, get caught up in negative talk. We have to stop that. That's just not productive. Build a support community. I have to say this, and I've said this to many people at different times for different reasons, is that Ohm has become a healing place where people can come who have had bad experiences to just be themselves. Because we don't have judgment here. And I really encourage you to be authentic. Authentically yourself. I don't want anything less. Anything less means that you're not being authentic. So that's just really important. The thing is the community, why it's so important is that when we have stuff happen, I have a better word for it, but I can't say it on the stage. We have stuff happen, we need to surround ourselves with people who believe in us. We have to surround ourselves with people who say, come on, you can do this. We have to surround ourselves with people that say, you're going to be okay. And the last thing, and I think this is really important, I've said this a lot, is that you're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. Okay, forgive yourself and others. Forgiveness is an interesting topic because it's really sometimes difficult. Has anybody here had a hard time forgiving somebody? More than once? More than twice? Down 3 times. Okay. It's hard. It's hard. But here's what I believe about forgiveness. And I learned this through my 10 years of working at it. There's going to be a day when you just can't. But you got to do something. So you do a little tiny bit. And then you do a little bit more. And then you do a little bit more. You start catching your words. You start catching your story. You start catching, I don't want to be that way. And then one day you wake up and go, why am I holding on to them? It's time to let go. And you do the prayer, you do the forgiveness, whatever that is, and it's gone. And then all of a sudden you feel free. You feel lighter. You feel like, oh my God, why did I hold on to that? So just think about it. Think about how can you do a little bit if it's not already done. The thing is, what we have to do is free ourselves of the resentment. There's a reason things happen. There's a reason why what happened to me moved me into creating this. I would not be here today if that had not happened. It's absolute truth. And the day I finally figured that out was the day I was grateful that God had supported me all the way through that time. And I'm not afraid to say it. But I don't talk about the story anymore. I talk about the result, which is I'm a better person because of it. I have more empathy because of it. I understand when somebody goes through that other word. You know what word I'm talking about. I understand it. And I'm not afraid to be there. Lots of times we don't go through things because we're afraid we're going to get in the middle of it. No, understand it. Just understand it. Understand who you are and what you deserve. That's critical. The next one was affirm your worth. I don't know if you guys do this, but I know that when I was trying to figure out, and this is many times, this isn't just what the 10 years, is that I had a hard time trying to put the pieces together. And so I used affirmations. I did mantras in my my prayers or my meditation. I would say, God is I am, God is I am. And I would say that until I felt it. I would also, one of the things that I love to do is that I love books. And so I'm going to read a couple passages. The reason I bring these books up, the first one is Practicing the Presence, and the other one is Your Needs Met. The first time I read the paragraph I'm going to read, I had something wash over me. I had this feeling of God in my room, in my heart, and I was okay. So I'm going to read it. It's called Spiritual Consciousness. This is the very first, page 15 of the book, if you ever want to get it. And if you need to borrow one, I probably got one in the back. Here's what it says. The secret of harmonious living is the development of spiritual consciousness. In that consciousness, fear and anxiety disappear, and life becomes meaningful with fulfillment as a keynote. The degree of spiritual consciousness which we attain can be measured by the extent to which we relinquish our dependence on the external world of form, that thing out there, and place our faith and confidence in something greater than ourselves, and the infinite invisible. I love that, the infinite invisible, which can surmount any and every obstacle. It is the awareness of the grace of God. Oh, I get chills thinking about this. I mean, it's like it moves in my heart. It moves in my body. I know this is the God speaking here. Another one. I do this on purpose to you. When I was going through ministerial school, you think, oh, you just go through school, you learn all this stuff. Oh, no. They turn every rock upside down, and you got to figure it out. And I can tell you, right? I can tell you that probably for at least a year, I woke up at 3 o'clock every night, and I was like, what is going on? I could not sleep. So I would get up in the middle of the night, and I would look at this book, or I'd find another book, and I would look at what is that's going on with me. And so I have 2 of them in here, but I'm just going to say, I'm going to just do one. But I want you to know, this book, what's so cool about it is it has all these topics. Resentment, relaxation, prosperity, protection, pressure, pride, marriage, meeting situations, love, lots of love, loneliness, good one, lack, injustice, ideas, hurt feelings, health, guidance, futility, freedom, forgive the self, fear, oh my God, faith, facing life, envy, anybody have envy? Okay. Eyesight, enthusiasm, and I could go on and on. So it has many topics. It's probably one of the coolest books I've ever had because I could, every time I had to get up in the middle of the night, I would just open to a page. I just let it open. And then I'm like, well, that one doesn't fit. And I would open another page. And I would read this for at least a half an hour until I found the thing that was going on inside. We have to have things to support us. Community is one, but if community is not there, there are other ways. And it's not just by going, No. So here's one of them on strength. I have one on strength, and I have one on, where are you at? Blaming the self. Which one do you want to hear? Strength or blaming the self? Strength. Okay. Strength. And this, what I like about, it's by Jack and Cornelia Addington, is that they have a little bit of the Bible in there, and it kind of speaks a little Christian, but it's okay. We can interpret it however we want. Strength. The will of God in me is strength. The will of God in me is strength. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. The will of God in me is strength, not weakness. As I turn trustingly to the Father within, I'm given the guidance I need, realizing that of myself I can do nothing. I cease my futile, limiting striving and confidently step out on faith in the omnipresent power that is extended to me. It is through you. The will of God in me is for my highest good, divine right action in my life and affairs. There is no power in conditions, situations, or personalities. All power belongs to God, Almighty God within me. I am through with limiting thinking, resulting in weakness and futility. I let the perfect will of God be done in me, that the almighty power of God may be expressed in me. The will of God is the strength, not the weakness. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. And you could say it, I do all things through God, which strengthens me. Whatever words you want to give it. That's powerful. That's really powerful. And then blaming of the self. I'm just going to read some of this because I think it's so valuable. I want you to see the tools are there for you to use, to have, to call upon. They're there. That's what we teach here. It says, I am not alone. I've never been lost, lonely, or rejected. I have a Father who loves me with everlasting love. He is with me always and will never, never leave me, though my mistakes be scarlet. Forgive me completely without moments of hesitation. As I turn to the one comes to me. All is required that I turn within to this direction. Seek to lose my little self in a greater awareness of the presence. And it goes on and on and on. Again, this is for you. We may go maybe 5 minutes over. And then the last thing I want to say is seek professional help if you need it. When I was going through my roughest time, I had a therapist because I didn't believe myself. I didn't trust myself. I didn't trust the decisions I would make. And I would walk in there and I would say, what do you think I should do? You know, I asked for help. And they would guide me. And eventually they guided me to where I couldn't use them anymore. I think therapists are really important. But at some point I said that wasn't enough. I needed the spiritual food. And so I started turning towards that. But if you're really struggling, get some help. There's nothing wrong with it. And there's so many ways you can get it now. Maya Angelou says this. I love this. Oops, I do have that. Should say, you alone are enough. You have nothing to prove to anybody. Isn't that cool? Say this, I have nothing to prove to anybody.
I have nothing to prove to anybody.
Come on, one more time. I want to hear this. I have nothing to approve to anybody. The only buddy you have to approve to is you. You. So, I'm just going to go over some things that we need to be doing on a regular basis, which I've kind of already done. But we need to heal the shame. If we have any going on, know that it's a spiritual process. It's a spiritual process. It may take longer than you expect. It just does. Or you can say, I forget about it, but I don't want you to spiritually bypass it. That's the other part. So do things like meditation to connect with your true self. Release the old thoughts. I used to do, I loved the practice I did. I had a book, and on one page I would write out all the nasty things I could say, all the ugly stuff that was inside of me, just so I could dump it. I call it dumping. And then the other page I would write a prayer that would tell me the truth about me. So come up with a practice that works for you. Again, read spiritual texts, come to Om. You know, one of the things that I really would love to see, and for those that are online, and some people can't come, but there's something about having a large group of people together. There's an energy. And having you today, it gives me the energy to say the things that I need to say. So think about that. And then the one thing we always forget to do is to pray. 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 And then I wrote down these things. I put self-care, do something nice for yourself. Again, we don't think about that. And then this is probably, I don't know. You know, we offer so many things during the week that offer this. And it's spend time in community that values your worth and reinforces who you are. You have to hear this often. You can't just sit around and think you're doing it by yourself. It doesn't work that way. The other thing is, I want you to start thinking about how you make the world a better place. How do you do that? What is your thing? What is it? Thich Nhat Hanh says this. He says, to be beautiful means to be yourself. You don't need to be accepted by others. You need to accept yourself. So self-acceptance is the key to healing shame. Accept yourself. I wrote this, I think it's important. When we embrace who we are without judgment or comparison, we open the door to true spiritual growth. We open the door to God to come in. You know, I can remember being so shut down when I first did this. I think I've told the story before, that I was in a room about the size of that alcove right there. There must have been, there was a person in every little corner. And it was busy. And they asked me a question, they asked the class a question, what do you think of yourself? And when it came around me, I didn't have anything to say. I didn't have anything positive to say. And so the teacher stopped the entire class and said, all right, everybody who knows Suzette, everybody in this room, I want you to say something about Suzette. It was amazing. They said things to me I had never heard before. They said things to me that made me feel better. They said things to me that made me change. I walked out of there different. So it's important to be in community. Being by yourself doesn't work. And maybe you don't want to be there. But I'll tell you, when I knew I was going through all the stuff I went through, see, I almost said it. When I went through it, I said, I have to overload myself with God for a while till I embrace all of it. And so for 4 days a week, I did something that was spiritual. Go to church, take a class, did a workshop, or not a workshop, but a support group, and then I did my homework on one day from all the classes. I really did the homework, which means something. Because if you don't really embody it, you don't get it. So do that. So I'm going to ask you the questions again. This is the conclusion of my talk. When has shame held you back? Just identify it. Look at the person that caused that. What's their stuff? How has it affected your spiritual journey? Has it stopped you? Or has it made you go more into it? For me, I went into it. I said, I got to know what the heck happened to me. I got to know why I feel this way. I don't ever want to feel this way again. And what steps can you take to release it and move forward? And it may be a while. But every day, there's 365 days in a year. Just do one thing a day. Within a year, you will have done 365 things for yourself. And if that one thing is just go have a pizza, go have Rocky Road, go, have a massage, then that's what you do. Because that's what we have to do to take care of ourselves. And I don't know what you need, so I can't give it to you. Only you can give it to yourself because nobody else is going to give it to you. Nobody. Nobody but you. Rumi says this. Oops, that's not it. I'm going to have to read it to you. Rumi says this. The wound is the place where the light enters you. The wound is the place where the light enters you. So when we bring our wound to God, to Spirit, the light of Spirit, it's really the deepest place we can have growth. It's the deepest place to go. I can remember many times being on my knees, pounding the floor, and saying, why aren't you here with me? Why aren't you here with me? And then I would finally say what I wanted, and guess what? It happened. Yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth. The thing is, we need to connect to the divine and know. We need to know. So today we're really going to do our affirmation together. And these are really powerful words. And if you can, I'd like you to stand up. We will whisper it first, we will speak it second, and then we will yell it. Because I want you to feel it in your body. And the doggies will not get upset. So this is the affirmation, and then I'm going to pray us into the week, okay? All right. Whisper it first. I release all shame and embrace my true divine nature. I am worth love, peace, and spiritual growth. I am a beloved child of Spirit, and I step forward with confidence and grace. Now close your eyes for a moment. Just how does that feel in your body? Take a deep breath in and let it out. Let's say it in our normal voice. Ready? I release all shame and embrace my true divine nature. I'm worthy of love, peace, and spiritual growth. I'm a beloved child of Spirit, and I step forward with confidence and grace. Close your eyes again and see how you feel. And this time you get to yell it. Really say this to yourself, because this is really important. Ready? I release all shame and embrace my true nature. I am worthy of love, peace, and spiritual growth. I am a beloved child of Spirit, and I step forward with confidence and grace. So it is. So, yeah. So let's close our eyes. Just stay standing and feel this truth. So as we go forward from this sacred space, I ask you to carry forth the light of truth, the power of love, the peace of Spirit. Walk in awareness of your divine nature, free from any shame and open to all the blessings of the divine, to know and hold your truth. hold that in your heart. Know that you are that divine child of God, and you are deserving of all the greatness that is there. Claim that. Claim it now for yourself. Know that truth and claim it. And so I'm just grateful for that truth. I'm grateful that each one of you have come today to specifically hear this talk. And for that, I release these words, my talk, into the infinite wisdom of the divine, knowing that it has moved through each and every one of you. I let it be that, and so it is. And so it is. Amen. Yay. Let's bring back Collette, Joy, and Brian. Yay.
All right. Powerful talk, Suzette. Thank you. Both songs I chose today actually go beautifully with your talk. The second one also does. And this song came to me. My voice teacher used to always say, there's no mistake in choosing a song. It's always something that speaks to you. And this one definitely speaks to me. But it really didn't speak to me until after I started coming to the Centers for Spiritual Living, maybe 20 years ago. And I started realizing I need to surround myself with like-minded people. Otherwise, I'm not going to change my old thoughts, right? I'm not going to have those old thoughts are going to keep coming up. So I surrounded myself with not only people in the center, but was drawn to the people that were kind of like my mom. And my mom was very understanding. She was very allowing and very loving. So I have a great group of women that helped me realize I am love. So take in the words, because it took me a while to get there, as may have some of you. Here is Edie Brickell's Go Where the Love Is. Have you ever lost your way? Have mercy, thinking about yesterday. I was barefoot in the creek, singing songs that came out of the street, and my heart was free as a breeze. Long before it was broken, long before harsh words were spoken, there was nothing to rise above. Go where the love is. Go where the love is, yeah. Go where the love is, and you won't be lost again. Have you ever gone astray, road weary, all out of faith? Have you ever lost your way? Clap along. Go where the love is. Go where the love is, yeah. Go where the love is, and you won't be lost Yeah, go where the love is, and you won't be lost again. One more time. Go where the love is. Go where the love is. Yeah, go where the love is, and you won't be lost again. Go where the love is. Clap along. Go where the love is. Yeah, go where the love is, and you won't be lost again. No truer words spoken. Thank
Let's
you
do it
so
again.
much.
Give it to her, babe.
Thank
Give
you
it to
so
her.
much.
Yeah. That was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, good job, you guys.
Thanks.
We're going to have you back, yeah?
Oh, I would love to.
Would that be okay?
I would love it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Have we got extra places we can put her in? You know, those slots? We have some slots. Okay. I have it at my house. Okay. All right. So this is a time of giving and receiving. So inside your envelope, there's an envelope either on your chair or in front of you. There is a card. It's in here somewhere. A card like this. So if something came up today, you felt something, you want prayer on, write it down. Let us know. We want to be there for you. There's 2 cards in here, so if you need an extra one, I got an extra one. And then when you're ready, put it on your heart. In the meantime, I'll make a few announcements. Yeah, please. Thank you. So, I was told to let you know there are free eggs over here. So we have some free eggs. They are from Jody's her hens, so they're real, and they're real, you know, homemade. Jody has a class also going. It just had its first class. If you want to take that class, talk to Jody today. Tell me again. I'm sorry.
The Roots of Science.
Roots of Science Mind. So you're going to get a lot of extra little stuff in there. To find out what the heck, where did this all come from? We have something going on almost every night. And the Tuesday night group that's doing a little bit of Gestalt, I just hear great things. So show up. Again, you don't have to do anything but show up and be around people. Wednesday nights I have my Untethered Soul group that comes together. If you don't have the book, you can still show up. It's free. It's free. Monday night is a forgiveness class. It's already closed, but I'll be doing it again. And I'll be doing a class on shadow work. So that her book is being released, I think, this week. So the next class will be shadow work. And then on Fridays, there's the meditation. So there's a lot going on here. Oh, we have a book study, too. It's free. It's a free thing. All right? So whatever if you have a prayer, you have a donation, put your donation in the envelope. Let's put them on our hearts, and I'll pray over the offering. And if you're paying by Venmo, I didn't wear my watch today, but I'll hear it later on, okay? So closing our eyes, taking the words, taking the feelings, taking the offering, and taking the dogs, knowing that all is well. All is well in our soul. The Spirit has moved through us today to hear, to learn, to grow, to move past and through, and know that Spirit moves through us at every breath, at every moment, in every situation. There is no place where God is not. And so as we give our offering today, I know that, and I say this all the time, it comes from the highest place that Spirit has brought us to just say yes. Say yes in supporting our community. Say yes into growing ourselves. Say yes to just showing up. And so I bless the offering. I know that as we give, we get back a lot more. Because it's that awareness that we have of the divine moving in front of us. Whether it's a green light, or it's seeing a child that's smiling, or hearing the breath of a baby, or our partner. Just knowing they're there for us. It's all God. And it's for us to see it. And so I'm grateful to know that we have this teaching, that we have each other, that we have our offerings to give to each other, to support each other, to love each other, and to grow together. And so with that, I release these words into the infinite law of love, of courage, of knowing that we're never separated from our good. And with that, join me in saying, and so it is. Keep playing. There you go. Thank you. And while you're sitting there, underneath a chair, there is a drawing. So see if you're a winner today. And if it's not under your chair, look around. You get all of them, that's right. Look around. It's under a chair. Somebody's chair's got it.
Not your chair. Believe in your chair.
Believe in your chair.
Chair and chair alike.
Not. Oh, you're a winner. So here's what you get. You'll love this. I love this shirt. Yeah, thank you. So here's what you get. If this isn't your right size, you can get a new one. We believe in you. Isn't that cute? Now you can get the right size if you need a bigger one, okay? All right, 2. She's got 2 of them. We believe in you. That was one of Mava's creations. I love it. Isn't that great? People will stop you and say, what does that mean? You'll be able to tell them. All right. So we're going to stand up now and sing Let There Be Peace on Earth. At first the affirmation with Om's affirmation, and then we'll sing Let There Be Peace. You want to sing with us? That would be great. So here's our affirmation. Again, this was created when Om was created, so it's meant for today. Ready? I am an expression of God, born into the richness and abundance of the indwelling presence. Today I walk upon my world, consciously creating oneness within and around me. And so it is. Hit it.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, loved ones all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now, right now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyful vow. To take each moment and live each moment is eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Good to see you guys online. Have a great day. Stick around. If you need prayer, we have prayer room in the back. Happy to do so. We'll give it Jody. All Great job, you guys. Yeah. Yeah, get her to sign you up. Yeah. Yeah.
The rest of the year, but for next year.
Oh, okay, hon.
Get myself looking.
Okay, love you. Love you too. Make sure that shirt's the right size.
I will, thank you.
If not, you can change. There's more over there. Dee, good to see you. Where's that puppy? Oh, he's asleep on your bed. I see that. Ah, I love it. All right. How was that? Were you here part of it? I didn't see you.